Hey, what's going on, guys? EDC Nerd here, and today I've got a little video for you of the Bugout family. I'm not just talking about the Bugout. I'm talking about, we're going to be talking about the regular Bugout. We're going to be talking about the mini Bugout. We're going to be talking about the Bugout Carbon Fiber Elite, and we're going to be talking about little bougie baby I've got right there. So, let's start off with the regular size Bugout, the regular one, the first one that came out, and kind of my first impressions of it, and then how I grew to love the Benchmade Bugout. But first, we're going to get some size comparisons on this, guys, just so you guys can get a feeling of how big it is. So there's the Bugout, and then we're going to go ahead and do one everybody knows. This is the CRKT Pillar. There you see there. We're going to go ahead and throw in a Dragonfly right there, just right above that bad boy right there. You can see the Bugout's bigger than both of them bad boys. All right, here's going to be a size comparison against the Chris Reeve Small Sabenza and the Insingo blade. And then we got a little size comparison, two little funny ones just to give y'all a little laugh. There's a Benchmade Infidel. And on the completely opposite side of the spectrum, Spyderco McB. Just so you get a good idea of the size of the regular Bugout, there's those. And then the last size comparison, and probably the most important size comparison of this video, here is the mini Bugout. Now this one was an not an exclusive, but this one was done by Knives Plus. They dyed the scales on this one, and this one's got some blue thumb studs. And then I'm actually going to be showing you all a pretty little piece here in a second that has also been done by Knives Plus, which was a gift from my beautiful girlfriend, and I'll show you guys that one here in a second. But overall, let's get into just the specs on the regular Bugout, the first one to come out, and then I'll give you my overall opinion. So on this knife, you're going to be looking at an overall length, which is from tip to the back of the handle here. You're going to be looking at an overall length of 7.46 inches. The blade length is 3.24 inches from here to here. And then you've got your cutting edge, because of the sharpening tool, is going to be exactly 3 inches. The blade width, which is from the bevel up to the spine this way, is 1 inch. The blade thickness, the spine back here, you're going to be looking at 0.09. The handle length from tip of the scale here to the back of the scale here is going to be 4.22 inches. The handle width is also 1 inch, which is the same as the blade. Now, the weight on this guy is really what makes the Bugout shine. The Bugout's weight is 1.85 ounces with a 3.24 inch blade. So if you guys are into the whole ounce per blade inch, then you guys are going to be loving the Bugout, because I'd say that's pretty good. Now, with that does come a little bit of what some people would say is a problem. I cared at first, but not really. A little bit of flexible scales, because in here there is no liners. The liners are just around the axis lock, so that can actuate. Now, what I love about this knife is it is an S30V blade, which people these days will say that's not a very good blade steel. I mean, I don't care what people say. That used to be the highest end, and if it used to be then, I'm still good now. Now, there is better stuff out there. You do have, an upgrade from that, which is the S35VM, which is featured right here on the Sabenza. Or you do have, 20CV and M390 and all those fancy premium blade steels, powdered steels, stuff like that. But for me, I think the S30V is perfectly fine for what I use it for. It's still a premium blade steel in my opinion, and it is going to work perfect for you guys. Another thing I really love about the Bugout is the profile in the hand. I find that I get a full 4-finger purchase on this thing. It feels great. And the weight is another thing to put into play on this thing. When it's in your pocket, it automatically disappears. You're not going to feel this thing clunking around. It's not a heavy knife at all at 1.85 ounces. That's barely anything. This mini deep carry clip right here, I love. I actually ordered a couple of these from Benchmade for a couple other Benchmade models I have that didn't feature this clip. That's how much I like the clip. So the clip is great. Now, a lot of people, like I said before, are not a big fan of the handle scales, but I personally don't have a problem with them. At one point, I did have titanium scales in here from Flytanium, and those were very great, but I decided I liked the knife better just being light, so I actually took them off, sold them, and kept the stock Grivory scales on here, which I think is beautiful. This knife is very slicey, which is one thing I love about the Benchmade Bugout, because you are getting a .09 on the blade thickness. This thing slices like a dream. Very fun to slice, very fun to cut with, very slicey, and I keep mine stropped, so I keep it very, very, very slicey. Now, also, on this one, I do have a little bit something different. Usually they come with black screws and black hardware, but I do have blue ones on here, because when I did have the titanium, I had blue to give it a little pop with the titanium, but I just left the blue ones on here. So there's that. Now, with the blade length being right over 3 inches, that is one thing I kind of don't like for other people, because it will put it illegal in some places because it's not right at the 3. But if you don't have that kind of law, then you don't have to worry about that. But if you look at the back of the knife, you got some blue standoffs that I think look really good. And overall, I think this is a great budget EDC knife. Some of you, this might not be a budget, is about 130 bucks, give or take a little bit, to get a regular bug out. To some of you, that might not be budget, that might be, expensive, and that's okay. But for, the overall thing, especially compared to like a Sebenza or something, I would call this a budget knife, and I absolutely love the Benchmade Bugout, which is probably why I've got a few of them. So getting into the next one, which we mentioned the flexible scales and everything like that. Well, Benchmade decided they were going to, actually just recently, I think this year, 2020, or it might have been 2019, the end of 2019, I'm not too sure. But they released the Carbon Fiber Elite Bugout. So basically, you're getting all the same things as the regular Bugout over here, except your scales are stronger. So basically, you're getting, and actually, this knife is actually a tad lighter than this one, and the scales don't have that much of a flex, nowhere near as much as a flex, because they are Benchmade's new CF Elite material. So if you didn't like the scales on the regular Bugout, go ahead and give this one a check out, because like I said, the scales are stronger, they don't bend as much, it is very nice. And I also like on this one, it is completely blacked out, looks very tactical, you're still getting that nice, awesome thin blade stock. I mean, everything about this knife is the same besides the scales, and then you get in a coated blade, which I think is awesome. So this is definitely an upgrade from the regular Bugout, but it is a beautiful blade, a beautiful knife, and I love that thing. So there's that one. Now, they also dropped in, I think the same time they dropped the Carbon Fiber Elite, they also decided they were going to drop a mini Bugout. What? Time out, guys. You're going to be thinking, a mini Bugout? This knife ain't that big. You're right, this knife isn't that big. I mean, the overall length is 7.46 inches on the regular Bugouts. But with the mini Bugout, and this one actually, they don't sell them like this. This one I got from Knives Plus. It was the black with the white scales, but I had them dyed black, and then I changed the hardware out with some blue to give it a nice pop, and then I got some blue right there on the back. And actually, I take that back. I didn't change the hardware out. I got it from a guy that had the hardware changed. So I got this one secondhand, but perfect condition, got it brand new. Very nice. Now, let's talk about a little bit about the mini Bugout here. This knife is even smaller than the regular Bugout because you're getting an overall length of 6.49 inches, a blade length of 2.82 inches, a cutting edge right there, ooh, nice and shiny. That cutting edge is 2.75 inches. So if the same problem I mentioned with the regular Bugout, if 3 inches, a little over 3 inches is it's illegal for you to carry, pick yourself up a mini Bugout because the blade is under 3 inches. It is 2.82 inches. So this is going to be legal in a lot of places. Now, the blade width from bevel to the spine is 0.875 inches, where the regular Bugout is 1 inch this way. So they've kind of shrunk it down not only in length, but also in basically all dimensions. But they did keep the same thickness blade stock. So that's pretty nice. Because the blade stock on this bad boy is 0.09, which is the same as the regular Bugout. So you're also still getting a super thin blade stock, but they're not going to take too much away because you don't want to compromise the strength of the blade. So that's awesome. Very nice touch there, Benchmade. Now, the weight of this one is 1.5 ounces. The weight of the normal size one is 1.85. So this is even lighter than the other one, obviously, because it's smaller. But also, what's cool about this one is this one doesn't feature the CF Elite, but it doesn't have that flex because the standoffs are closer together, so there's not enough as much bendy. So it feels like the carbon fiber Elite on a smaller scale, but it's not the Elite. So I think that is awesome. And if you want a knife that feels a little bit more heavier made than the regular bug out, this one would be a great option. It's a little bit smaller. Or if you like the size, the carbon fiber Elite. So I think that is absolutely awesome. So let's go ahead and get some size comparisons with the Mini. So here it is compared against the two regular size knives there. Go ahead and get these bad boys out of the way for you real quick. And we're going to do the same size comparisons as last time. And we're going to start off with the, same knife we started off last time. We'll go with the Pilar. So there is the Pilar, the CRKT Pilar, against that little thing there. Now you can see the Mini bug out is slightly larger than the Pilar. All right, let's get that one out of the way. And then you've also got your Chris Reeve small Sabenza. And if you look at these are very similar in size. The Sabenza is a little bit longer. The blades are kind of close. The Sabenza is a little bit bigger. So Sabenza is a little bit bigger, but it is very similar. Now, here it is against your Spyderco Dragonfly in H1 steel. Love this knife. That's a great knife too. And then again, your Infidel Dorfset. And then your little baby Spyderco McBee, which actually all the way open can fit almost within its scale. So that just shows you how little this knife really is. But there's the Mini bug out for you guys. Now, what's really cool about this knife is it's lighter, it's smaller, it feels, in my opinion, better made than the regular size bug out, besides the carbon fiber Elite. Super snappy, great action, fun to carry, and I just absolutely love this knife. And if you love little knives, then you will love this. And honestly, like I said, I don't just love little knives. You know, I have some larger knives, and I've got some over there behind me in my case that are bigger. You know, I've had, full-size grips and everything else, and I've actually got a Medford Slim Midi on its way, and that one's going to be quite a bit larger. So I like all kinds of knives, but if you enjoy carrying a smaller knife, this one's definitely one to check out. But also, if I were you, I would go check out Knives Plus. So Knives Plus is a knife distributing website, and they also do a little bit of dyeing. You know, they dye the scales, especially since these Mini bug outs come with a black blade and a white handle, or you can get the orange one. But with the white handle, it allows them to dye all different kinds of colors and everything else, which I think is really cool. That's why this one's all black, because it was dyed black. You can't just get this one from anywhere, which is what I'm about to mention. So right here is Knives Plus. So if you're interested, go check them out. Right here on the back, you've got their Instagram, their Facebook, their YouTube, and their Pinterest. So go ahead and give them guys a nice, hit their page, show them some love. They've got some cool stuff over there. And actually, I live in Texas, and their storefront's in Amarillo, Texas. So that's pretty nice. I think every time I order a knife from them, it gets to me within like 2 days, 2 to 3 days, give or take. So, I mean, it comes really fast, super quick shipping for me. But I just loved it so much, and I love the Mini bug out so much. I just had to get another Mini bug out. I know. Come on, Gabe. Another Mini bug out? Yes, another Mini bug out. I love Mini bug outs, okay? So there is a really pretty Mini bug out for you guys. This is, the same knife. These used to both be the white and the black, the white with the black blade, the white with the black blade. Now, on this one, Knives Plus dyed the scale lime green, which I think looks absolutely awesome. And I'm actually going to be getting some purple hardware for this bad boy on the studs and probably throughout here and on the back and everything like that from XXXX Adrenaline XXXX. If I said that a little bit wrong, but that's what he is on Instagram, so go give him a shout out, go look at his stuff. I'm going to be doing a video about putting some purple hardware on this, kind of give it a, maybe a Hulk or like a Joker type vibe. So if you're interested in that, I'll be making a video swapping out the hardware. So I think that's really nice. So there's that. Now, these knives are, like I said, they are very affordable, and they are they're such a joy to carry, So you got the carbon fiber elite, you've got the regular, and then you've got the 2 minis. I believe the 2 minis are about, well, I got them from Knives Plus, and I got them dyed, so they were extra $10 to get them dyed, which is not anything really. So this was like 145 before tax, 145 before tax. This one was about 145 before tax as well for the elite. And then you can find a regular bug out depending on where you're buying it from. Sometimes you can find these ones for about 127, 125, 120, somewhere in there, depending on where you're getting them from. Which I love this knife too. So there's that. Watch right there, Seiko X Patty. Nice. But anyways, there's that. So if you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're interested in any of these knives at all, I'm going to go ahead and link Knives Plus in the description. And just a disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by Knives Plus. I wish it was. I wish they would send me free knives. But I'm just doing it because I like Knives Plus, and I've liked the products, these two that I've got. Actually, I got all three of these have came from Knives Plus. The blue one didn't, but those three did. So, you know, if you want to get one that's dyed, or you just want to pick one of these up, just a regular stock one, visit Knives Plus. They've got the hookup, and they'll hook you up with something really nice. So go ahead and go over there. I'm going to link that down in the description below. Thank you for watching the video, guys. I did rant about how much I love the bug outs, but I love them. So there's that. So y'all have a blessed day, guys. Y'all stay safe. Be careful, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Peace.